Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 25 in the NLT for August 25th, 2023. These are more Proverbs of Solomon, collected by the advisors of King Hezekiah of Judah. It is God's privilege to conceal things, and the king's privilege to discover them. No one can comprehend the height of heaven, the depth of the earth, or all that goes on in the king's mind. Remove impurities from silver, and the sterling will be ready for the silversmith. Remove the wicked from the king's court, and his reign will be made secure by justice. Don't demand an audience with the king, or push for a place among the great. It's better to wait for an invitation to the head table than to be sent away in public disgrace. Just because you've seen something, don't be in a hurry to go to court, for what will you do in the end if your neighbor deals you a shameful defeat? When arguing with your neighbor, don't betray another person's secret. Others may accuse you of gossip, and you will never regain your good reputation. Timely advice is lovely, like golden apples in a silver basket. To one who listens, valid criticism is like a gold earring or other gold jewelry. Trustworthy messengers refresh like snow in summer. They revive the spirit of their employer. A person who promises a gift but doesn't give it is like clouds and wind that bring no rain. Patience can persuade a prince, and soft speech can break bones. Do you like honey? Don't eat too much or it will make you sick. Don't visit your neighbors too often or you'll wear out your welcome. Telling lies about others is as harmful as hitting them with an axe, wounding them with a sword, or shooting them with a sharp arrow. Putting confidence in an unreliable person in times of trouble is like chewing with a broken tooth or walking on a lame foot. Singing cheerful songs to a person with a heavy heart is like taking someone's coat in cold weather or pouring vinegar in a wound. If your enemies are hungry, give them food to eat, and if they're thirsty, give them water to drink. You'll heap burning coals of shame on their heads, and the Lord will reward you. As surely as a north wind brings rain, so a gossiping tongue causes anger. It's better to live alone in the corner of an attic than with a quarrelsome wife in a lovely home. Good news from far away is like cold water to the thirsty. If the godly give in to the wicked, it's like polluting a fountain or muddying a spring. It's not good to eat much honey, and it's not good to seek honors for yourself. A person without self-control is like a city with broken down walls. Still heated. I just heard more upsetting stuff overnight. What is going on in Houston, basically? And let's put that past us. It's God's privilege to conceal things and the king's privilege to discover them. This is logic, reason, science, finding wisdom to get understanding. Remove the impurities from silver, and the sterling will be ready for the silversmith. This whole life is like a refinement process for us. And it's not painful. It's definitely transformative. But you don't use impure silver in the king's court, you know? Again, be humble, right? It's better to wait for an invitation to the head table than to be sent away in public disgrace. You know, in the era of social media and being able to reach people directly, when you have no following, to reach out to somebody with a huge following, you either get ignored or you're going to get, like, humiliated, right? Because they're going to respond to you and it's going to essentially be a joke or a mock. Like, who are you? What do you want? I think this is context, right? Like, just because you've seen something, don't be in a hurry to go to court. For what will you do in the end if your neighbor deals you a shameful defeat? Like, okay, so that's got to be certain things, right? That can't be everything, because see somebody get killed, I feel like, yeah, you should probably obviously be saying something. Sorry, trying to figure out what is going on here with everybody. When arguing with people, don't betray another person's secret. Others may accuse you of gossip. You'll never regain your good reputation. You don't want to be like the sibling that shouts like, well, at least I didn't do this. You know, it's like, fair enough, but you didn't have to say that, you know, in front of whoever to get me in more trouble. To one who listens, valid criticism is like a gold earring or other gold jewelry. It's like, you remember that criticism. And criticisms stay with us, but at the same time, like if it's valid, it gives us an opportunity to learn. Trustworthy messengers refresh like snow in the summer. They revive the spirit of their employer. Somebody does good and they represent you well, it's, you know, it's like life-giving. A person who promises a gift but doesn't give it is like clouds and wind that bring no rain. Yeah, I got something I got to bring to my buddy across town. I'm going to finish cleaning a couple things off, and I'm going to drop him a box of stuff off that I told him I could. So this has been in my head. Like, you better do it. Better not tarry. I like how honey's always like is a good thing in scripture, but it's warned several times like, don't eat too much, it'll make you sick. You know, don't overdo it of good things in life. You know, and that's true of lots of things, right? I'm not going to get on a soapbox of alcohol and things like that, but there's a way to enjoy things to the Lord and to do it properly and with the proper restraint. Don't visit your neighbors too often or you'll wear out your welcome. This is interesting considering like the early church and even the church movement now. It's like we're all in each other's space, right? And we're trying to be with each other as much as we can and do life together. But it's true. You know, people need personal space and time for their families. Right? And don't tell lies about others. It's as harmful as doing physical damage to them, because you can't undo stuff in people's mind, you know, once it's been put there. I got a tooth that's been bothering me for a long time. I'm pretty sure it was shot in a duck, and I cracked a molar on. Right, it doesn't typically hurt, and it feels fine, but I feel like it was on a sealant, which if you don't know, that's like, hey, let's drill out a healthy tooth and give you a filling in case you get a cavity. What? So we were eating duck one day, and I cracked down on a piece of lead shot. So I have an unreliable tooth because it will just be hunky-dory fine. I'm eating, and then I'll just get a little something just in that little spot, just right. It's like, whoop, light you up. Pay for it. Singing cheerful songs to a person with a heavy heart is like taking someone's coat in cold weather or pouring vinegar in a wound. Also, Greek and Hebrew, vinegar on soda, you know, fermenting. So it's like, why are you going to... Glasses off for continuity's sake. Alright, my bad. I fat-fingered an Uber order. I should have just taken myself offline. That was not worth it. I mean, it is what it is. I did the order, and then I did a second order, which I thought would be easy. It was a giant Buffalo Wild Wings order, and then wasted my time waiting on this person in a hotel lobby. Didn't answer calls, didn't answer the system call, didn't answer text. So I had to cancel the order. And instead of just getting to leave the food, I was supposed to take it with me because I had to leave a pin. So that meant I didn't get 2/3 of the money because I didn't get any tip from canceling the order. Somebody didn't get their food, so you know they're mad about that. And I'm mad because I wasted all my time sitting there like that. So, it is what it is. Now I'm on my way to another delivery shift. So, but you don't want to be too cheerful with somebody when they're going through grief or a hard time. It's not going to be well accepted. You know, it's not going to suddenly change their mood or lift their spirits. If anything, like it says, it's gonna foment them. It's like putting vinegar on a wound. It stings. Like, how can you be happy in a time like this? How can you talk to me and tell me this? Like, it's everything looks bleak. So we're supposed to take care of people, right? It says if our enemies are hungry or thirsty, you know, that we're supposed to take care of them. In this case, I've got at least 2 different people coming after me for what they perceive as what they're owed, and they're in fact not owed anything from me. However, I would like to try to help them out. I don't know how, and I don't know what's appropriate, but because it's like you want to help them, but I don't want them to expect me to be doing this for them. I can't support them in any capacity. I got a wife and 3 kids, and the economy is what it is, right? So my other question is, why do neither of you have jobs? Why are you not working? Why do you have no money that you have to reach out to me? I'm not your family. We haven't been friends in quite a while. Like, what, because I'm a just and good guy, you're going to appeal to me for help? I don't know, man. Like, I understand, you know, we'll keep burning coals on the head and the Lord will reward me, but I also have a responsibility, right, to my family and to protect what's being given to me and what I'm stewarding for them. I can't just go giving away money to people. Previously, I gave these people so much of myself and my time that it caused a rift with my wife and I. So, no, you know, sometimes you just gotta say no. And that's why, you know, gossiping tongue causes anger. I don't need to give details. I don't need to give names. I don't need to give specifics. Not important. Just one more kind of landmark in my journey. Oh no, that store closed. They had an all hemp store that was like hemp clothing and stuff. It was very cool. I guess I wasn't making enough money because it's gone. Maybe they moved. Yeah, it's better to live alone in a tiny little spot, like a Brooklyn apartment, right? Or a Manhattan apartment, than it is to have a nice house, have lots of space, and have a quarrelsome wife. Because your peace is worth more than your space. You know, you can make do in a small space. People are excellent at making do and making the best of and making it their own. But when you have a constant nagging and somebody's henpecking you and picking fights with you and telling you this and telling you, it makes life almost unbearable. Good news from far away, yeah, that's what I need. Instead of everybody calling and coming at me with some bad shenanigans, like Jesus sent me somebody to send me some good news and tell me good news in their life so I can praise you for them. Here's our, nope, one more. When the godly give into the wicked, it's like getting polluted or muddying yourself, right? So then our message is diluted and polluted and not what it should be. And here, you know, honey's a good thing, but too much is a bad thing. So don't go seeking honors for yourself. You just try your hardest, and honor will be bestowed upon you for your efforts when it is appropriate. And a person without self-control is like a city with broken down walls. That's how I feel about my language. I'm trying to clean up my language. I'm trying to master my tongue. And it's difficult. But that's where it's like, if I can't control myself, I need to be able to control myself. That's it. I need to be a strong, fortified city. Howdy.
Hi, what time?
4.
4, you gotta go to the side.
All right. I showed up late. I'm in trouble now. Ooh, it's super hot. I don't even know how hot it is, and I'm afraid to hit any buttons because I'll ruin this video again. And I already got to merge 2 clips. So.
Are you on 4 hours?
Yes?
Okay, go up there and park over to the side up there at the tunnel.
Yes, ma'am.
Keep it 4 hours.
Ooh, causing trouble. I got a 4-hour shift. Showed up right at the bell. Let me close these apps so I can open up the app and check in and do everything I'm supposed to do. So, thank you for tuning in. If you have, go with God. Be blessed.